Let me, MMC, the last time I was in a podium like this, I forgot to acknowledge a political principal who was a mayor at the time. And as soon as I realized, I turned back, I said to him, hey, some people know how to carry a suicide. He then said to me, just acknowledge me and don't do it again. So MMC, I acknowledge you today. But let me acknowledge you properly when I MMC. I wrote here that you are a man of passion for innovation, service delivery for the residents of Johannesburg, which is unmatched. I wanted to remove the word unmatched because I'll again be committing career suicide, unmatched. But in this department, you are recognized as someone who cares for the commuters of Johannesburg. And that passion, that care, that love, it is unmatched, at least in my eyes. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the city manager. In his last act, he graced us. And we are grateful for that, sir. But let me extend a personal gratitude and say, when CFO and I received death threats, we immediately spoke to you and you intervened and you moved with speed to preserve our lives as well as our families' lives. And for that, we'll forever be grateful for you, sir. To the chairperson and board members and all committee members, thank you very much for your support. It is well noted and I'm grateful. They are my boss. So today I have too many bosses, Babo. There's the MEC, there's the chairperson, all my bosses. There's the CM, there's group governance. If we're doing those sticks and brackets things there, there'll be too many lines. There'll be too many lines. But thank you very much, colleagues, for being here. To my fellow executives, yeah. You are the people who make me shine. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes you make me sweat. But importantly, I want to acknowledge, for me, the unsung heroes of Metrobus. People who start their day sometimes as early as 3 a.m. These are people who wake up early in the morning, drive our people, and they have the hardest job you can ever find. That is to do it with a smile, with passion. I acknowledge you today. Keluna Batu today. So MMC, I asked staff to be especially present today because this day is as much as for you and me and management as is for them as well. So there's different staff members who are here, and I'd like you guys to give yourself a warm round of applause. I know the gentleman on my left is giving me the looks and he has given me strict instructions, but I did say to him, I'm the final boss. So let me begin at a place where I frequently visit in my mind. I'm a very reflective person, MMC. I know I don't look it, but I am. And it is a place of reflection and renewal. There's a quote that I once come across, and it says, I open quote, "The purpose of an organization is not in what it does, it is what happens to the people when the organization does what it does." Now, simply put, that simply means that we are reminded that we are not just about buses as Metrobus. We're not just about the routes, Chairperson, when you ask me in the meetings. Ne? We're also about human beings, people, right? We're also about our commuters, our drivers, our mechanics, our managers. These are people who live and touch each and every member of this society of Johannesburg every day of their lives in one way or the other. Now, I speak on behalf of at least over 700 people. Again, are you sure it's 700? Over. Audited. Okay. How many goes workers CM? So I want to say that as we talk about Metrobus, over 700 people were incorporated in 2000. We're operating in all 7 regions of the city. We operate just over 220 routes. We carry on a daily basis over 22,000 people, commuters on a daily basis. I want you to keep that number in mind, because that number becomes important when I now tell you, I'm going to tell you about the actual fleet we have. Now, our work and our analysis tells us that our commuters are young, they're female. There's at least 33% of them are scholars, and these people represent, we also ferry at least the low-income earners in our society, which is yet another important thing. I grew up with a grandmother who, my job was to go buy PATCO ticket, coupon. PATCO coupon. Nekerega crossroad. If you live in Soweto, you know what I'm talking about. Or go 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐿 station, right? And I live in Mfolo. The closest crossroad. But when you go now to 𝐾𝐨𝐴 station, that's where it gets tricky, because you might not come back literally. But that's what we represent. We represent people who budget for the month. So if they use their 250 for a monthly tag, that means that we must have a bus, 𝐾5, 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 𝐾6, 𝐾6, 𝐾7 on time. And Mr. Mhlambi will tell you that I struggle to tell him on a quarterly basis that I can be able to do these things. City manager, we need money. So let me now say that in terms of the assets we use to ferry these people, we have at least 382 buses. This is where it gets sad. 40% of these buses is what I can put on the road on a daily basis. But Wabhlali will do a quick math, but it's around 160, 169, which means that in Soweto, where I need 22 buses, I can only put, and if I'm lucky, 9 buses. That translates into one shift, about one shift will then be 3 shifts, meaning the bus is prop full. There's no dignity there. I've been in those buses, there's no dignity. City manager, reliability therefore is a problem. But those are the bad news. The good news is that today we move away from that. At least it's the beginning of the journey towards moving away from that. We now have 34 buses. Brand new, spanking new, Leon. Spanking new. And as soon as we pay him, city manager, as soon as we pay him, he will bring 5 more. We already have 19 on our roads already. So this is a good day for us. That's why you see broad smiles. That's why you see we're looking good, right? In our overalls. It's a statement, how we're dressed. I told the team, must all look the same. Because we are trying to communicate to you, city manager and MMC, that we're a team that's already on the ground working. And we're going to change this organization. This entity will change. At least under my watch, I'll make sure I find it better than it was when I arrived. There's a lot I can say, and the gentleman next to me is breathing very heavy. I know when that happens, what that means. But let me speak about the future. The future is not what is coming, as far as Metrobus is concerned. The future is what is here, and the future is electric buses. Yeah, when the chairperson signed my appointment letter in March, I wrote him a letter and his board. I said to them, in the next 5 years, we will at least have between 20 and 40% of buses, of electric buses. Lofty idea, very big, but we know we can make it. I know we can make it because the man who dropped this seed when I first met him in our first meeting, CFO, he said to me, electric buses. Remember me, Nane? I already analyzed your situation. I know I just need a bus. Here's this man saying to me, electric buses. In my head, I'm thinking, hey, Chief, give me money to buy a bus. That's just a nicety to have, right? But because I'm a student of research, I then went and see what is this electric bus is talking about. And I was blown away. It's not the future, it's here. Go to China. They have at least 70,000 in some of their cities. Go to London. But they are there and thereabouts. They are looking at China. Go to, what's that mayor that you like? Bogota. Go to the city, Bogota. They already infuse electric bus. It's not a future, it's here. Go to Cape Town. This is when I career suicide again. But Cape Town, through Golden Arrows, have taken delivery of 120 buses. They are progressively putting in their operations. The last we have conversation with them, they were now adding at least another 20. So in December, they will be fully fledged around 120. So it's not the future, it's here. This team, this man who's standing next to you, and the man who dropped the idea, the MMC Councillor Thapelo Kunene, said to me, it's electric buses and nothing else. So I thank you, sir, for that, and we are running with that idea. As I conclude, sir, I've already given my commitment. I was told to do nice things when I'm standing here. It always looks good, CM, when you're a chief, you say nice things to the staff. But what I'm about to say is something that we are very proud of. Part of what we, on a quarterly basis, report, which Mr. Mhlambi never say in other offices, we always tell the MMC and the chairperson that on a quarterly basis, we operate over 1.5 kilometers. Sorry, 1.5 million kilometers. Million with a M, without fatalities. That means, colleagues, and esteemed guests, Metrobus doesn't kill people on the road. That means, MMC and Chairperson, your bus operators don't kill people on the road. And that's something you should be grateful of. And for that, I was told that there's something they're going to receive, a token of appreciation from the Chairperson of the board and the MMC and the board as a whole. There's a token of appreciation for the hard work that you do. Thank you very much. How? Okay. Nice. Your chairs. So please check under your chairs. There's something that your chiefs have given you. Thank you very much, and let's have a good time today. Thank you.
Yes, I see one of the first people to look under the table is the CFO. CFO, you were put at that table where there are no gifts for a particular reason, sir. For a particular reason. So we don't play when we say we don't just drive buses, we drive the economy. As you come up to give us a few words, let's welcome the acting city manager, 𝐷𝐷𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿.
Dumelang. Sanbonani lochani. That's why I had to take it off. But thank you very much, Program Director. MMC, the Chairperson of the Board.
Let me just do this. Colleagues, could I ask that we give the appropriate respect to the acting city manager? So let's give the proper respect. Can we be at order, please, sir?
Problem make it gifts. Right. Chairperson of the board, board members, employees, as well as key stakeholders. In my own understanding is that transport in its totality, it's very key to driving the economy. I think what the CEO said and the program director indicated that they are not just driving buses, they're driving the economy. I think that is very important because a simple definition of what an economy is. Economy is the movement of people, goods and services. When that is done, then we've got the economy. So in other words, all of us, we can become economists. And old school economics will say they've got 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and wages, blah, blah. But we added another important as a factor of production, that is transport. Because when you produce, the ultimate aim is consumption. But in between, there's what we call distribution. And you cannot distribute without transport. But nowadays, we just not say transport in J for transport's sake. I think you need an efficient, reliable, and safe transport. And I think from what the CEO said, that in terms of the stats, that 1.5 million fatality-free kilometers traveled just in this quarter that you're talking about, from July to end of September. This is factual. But over a period of last year, 2024-25 financial year, it was 6.7 million kilometers free of fatalities. I think that is very important. In other ways, it fits properly in the modern definition, what economy means. That is very important. But what is worrying a bit, I think it's what we may refer to as that fit for purpose, fleet. I think the CEO indicated those stats. And the stats I have, they say the number of fleet is 377. However, only 145 is fit for purpose. I think that is something very critical. Now, I think for me it's very important because I am busy writing my closeout report as I bow out gracefully. So some of this information becomes critical because that report is done. I'm just going to finalize it over the weekend. So some of the recommendations, I think out of this interface interaction will come very handy. Yesterday I spent almost the whole day with the team of economic development. Just to get to understand, or who are these people who are in the Department of Economic Development, who are busy managing an economy on behalf of South Africa and the continent? Who are these individuals? What kind of information, what kind of stats, what kind of thinking is just behind these people? Because anything that you do, all the major international, multinational companies operate in the city of Johannesburg. When Johannesburg collapses, there's no South Africa. Get it from me? Right? Joburg collapses. So it's important to understand who are these people who are running this city. And I think in my stint, as I came here, dumped in the city of Johannesburg 4 months ago, this was my exercise. Very critical exercise that I had to do, because I'm not doing it on my behalf. I'm doing it on behalf of the country, I guess, because there's also Presidential Johannesburg Working Group. Because this shows the seriousness that government of South Africa and all our partners globally and otherwise are so concerned about the city of Johannesburg. Once you say we're a world-class city, then we must think in the same way, think globally as much as we act locally. So I think that is a message that I want to say. And I'm glad that in terms of the stats of fatality-free, in terms of those kilometers, we have not benchmarked them, I don't know, but we'll do that in terms of how we rank with other economies, because we are globally competing, by the way. So that is, I think, it's an important exercise. We can't benchmark. We can't say 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐵 municipality there. No, I'm not saying anything about 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐵. We can't say Mukhalakwana. That's where the Gekanas originally come from. Can't benchmark. I can't do that exercise. But Joburg has to be benchmarked with the big players, because this is a country on its own. Our GDP is bigger than provinces in this country. It's bigger than countries in the frontline states or the SADC, and quite a number of countries in the Scandinavian countries. So our competitiveness becomes very important. So I'm going to take all of these things. They will form part of the report. Now, what is important, I know those who gave me notes don't feel disappointed when I'm just saying what I'm saying. That's my nature. So what I want to say, that I've been saying to all the other departments that I've met, the leadership behind those departments, was that we must utilize these intergovernmental relation structures that exist. Let's not take them lightly. Our ability to influence, to be a sphere of influence, lies in those structures. Now, I was telling the police, I was saying, this lawlessness that is in the country, it is not the Johannesburg problem alone. So when we sit in the presidential working group, it must be a matter that we don't compromise on. Can't compromise because we're not collecting enough. That's why there's financial sustainability issues. Because we're not collecting enough. There are no-go areas in South Africa, in our province, in our city. There are no-go areas where we can hardly collect, but people are getting services. What kind of a city are we going to be if 45% of water is just taken away? We buy bulk, we make a lot of money. I mean, it's one bulk purchase is tops. But we're not collecting. How do you get into a community that consumes only 10% from the vending point of view, only retrieve 10%? We can't be a serious city. And if you're not a serious city, if you're not collecting enough, all of these socio-economic interventions that we need to make, providing this transport to the elderly, the youth, vulnerable, and everybody, getting them to move, to be part of the mainstream economy, is going to be a dream deferred forever. So revenue collection becomes important. In those platforms, sometimes they don't like it. I say it because it's just tuned up that way. I don't know how. I'm wired that way. Like when we say the problem of illegal, undocumented people in this country, it's an incompetency of Home Affairs. We don't run Home Affairs in metros. We don't issue passports, visas, nothing. We don't have borders, just having municipal boundaries. So these are the issues that we must take to the right platforms. And this is, we use Presidential Johannesburg Working Group. So I'm saying, CEO, deploy the best people that you have into those structures. Don't undermine them. That's where we push for president to know what's happening, for president to make the right interventions. It's convened by the president, by the DG, who worked for the city of Johannesburg. So what I'm saying is that let's use these platforms to take these issues there, put them before the counter. Like I'm saying, Joburg is too big to fail. It's not an option. That is why when we're doing this paper AGM, Chairperson, did paper AGM, I was asking, what is this paper AGM? But they explained to me, Advocate and the team, they explained it to me. And I said, when we do these boards, retiring people, reconstituting, doing all of these things, we must take these things that I'm mentioning into account. We must take, I'm telling you, City Power, it's an open secret. City Power has been going down the drain for over the years. We analyzed the last 12, 13 years, from 2 billion somewhere deficit, now it's around 12, 14 billion, sinking everybody, sinking all of us. We are watching, just watching. So I'm saying the right interventions are necessary. So it's important that when we do that on the boards, we must not forget that we are busy with metro trading services reform, trying to have accountability of everyone who sits in the board. So we cannot ignore that point. We cannot ignore that fact. Because fish rots from the head. Get the head right. Say it for what it is. Just say it for what. This is our country. We are inheriting on behalf of our kids, our children, the future. We can't be that greedy and selfish when others left it intact for us. In the last 15 years, we just destroyed it. Everything that we did good, we destroyed it in 15 years. 15. So the next 15 years challenges my generation, your generation, to conquer fear. Because the bravery is the absence. No, it's the ability to conquer fear. It's not just the absence of fear. So we should say it in the platforms. Say it because we are saying the right things. We are patriots, we love our people, we love our country. You can't deliver substandard services and claim to be loving your people and your country. That's an antithesis. We cannot allow that. We must frown when wrong things are done in our name. So the last part that I want to say, so that the speech writers must not feel offended. Right, so yeah, now, back. Say, those of us who've got, many degrees, right? I've got so many degrees But those degrees, they call degrees of observations and situation analysis. That's why they call some of us professors of practice. So the last part, the challenges that you have indicated, I think it's important to note them. That the entity is experiencing significant challenges in delivering reliable transport services due to inadequacy of fleet. I'm saying it because I agree with it. Financial sustainability continues to be a challenge exacerbated by a funding model that is deemed not suitable. I think it's important. Even in the local government review, the process that you are busy undertaking as a country, I think you must also still put some of these things so that it's clearly understood. Without transport, there's no economy. So you must say it. Then lastly, issue of the grant dependency. I think you are saying the time for strategic alternative grant funding model is now, and then I do agree. So I want to say to the employees of the city, continue doing it, because you are doing it on behalf of future generations to come. I thank you.
Thanks, Program Director. So I think good morning to the MMC, the councillors present, group heads and executive directors, all colleagues, partners and guests we have present. So I think as the Program Director said, my name is Mr. E. And I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Metrobus, but no stranger to the city of Johannesburg. In my former position, I was the Chief Technology Officer at Metropolitan Trading Company, which is another entity of the city. And that is the entity that bridges the digital divide, and they were the strategic partner in delivering a lot of the technology that we have in place in the transport system. So, today I'm here to say that the moment is not just about buses, but it's about driving a smarter, safer, and a connected Metrobus with ICT as a business enabler to make that possible. Because at Metrobus, we believe that, technology is not just an accessory to operation, but it is an enabler to ensure that we are able to do safe, reliable, and efficient service delivery through transport. Now, some of the key, technology blocks that we've put in place was the automated fare collection. So, there we've ensured that we've introduced efficiency and a cashless environment. With what we call Eye on the Bus, it's the start of our intelligent transport operation. There we are able to monitor our buses in real time, so that we are also able to ensure that we bring those efficiency and we have real-time monitoring in place. A week ago, we were at Gandhi Square and we introduced our first front door to our customers. So historically, people would have to call a call center. Today you can send a WhatsApp, you can download the application, and we are able to track all of those incidents and issues that are logged throughout its life cycle, meaning that Metrobus is now accessible to all our commuters. And then, today is also a proud moment because it's not just about the buses we're launching, but in the near future, we've also got a bus simulator. And I think that's really going to revolutionize what we do in the training space. Again, ensuring that, with real life simulations, that we ensure that our drivers are always up to the challenge and that our training methods evolve using technology as an enabler. So again, Metrobus is not just about upgrading its fleet, but again, we are upgrading our future. That future that the MMC and the MD and the city manager and the board chairperson has been talking about. IT is an enabler that makes all of that possible. And Metrobus is surely at the forefront of that. And be assured that this is only the start. We are going to be the leader in ensuring that ICT is an enabler that brings the efficiency and takes transport in the city of Johannesburg to the next level. Thank you.
standing in for the chairperson of that organization. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. MC. I'll start by good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of the community. It is a great pleasure to allow some to have some few words to this momentous occasion. As we gather to launch our brand new fleet of buses, this day marks a significant milestone in our community to improve public transport for the community of City of Johannesburg. These new buses are more than just cars. They represent progress. They are made to enhance daily commute, linking the community to their respective jobs. Students to school and the sick to hospital. And furthermore, we as Labour, we are very much grateful to experience this work. We are very much grateful to experience this at workplace. This is more than just a tool of trade. We will be more grateful if this event of launching of buses can be effective in every 2 years. As Labour, we have observed that due to lack of buses in Metrobus, this puts or force our community suffer shortage of transport to work. I would like those responsible to take this matter serious. To the MMC of Transport and the city manager through our MDs, through our MDs as workers of Metrobus, we are requesting more buses. This is coming particularly from the employees of Metrobus on behalf of the commuters of City of Johannesburg. Some would like to thank the City of Johannesburg and further extend to the Metrobus Board of Directors, and not forgetting our Managing Directors, Mr. Dr. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿 and his executives. My speech will end there, but I would like to speak something in my mind. I think today, the day of today, we need to make sure that we create this day and also have a slogan. Our slogan at SAMU is that we need more buses. This thing of needing more buses, I want you guys sitting in front of me, put it in your mind that Metrobus is nothing. There's nothing Metrobus can do without a bus. This is a transport company that transport employees of, not employees, commuters or communities of City of Johannesburg by embarking our buses. But now, if City of Johannesburg and the MMC don't give us or don't support us in terms of buses, there's nothing we can do. Those people there on the ground, more especially commuters, they don't want explanation. They don't want promise. They want buses. Please, MMC of Transport, Mr. 𝐼𝐶𝐾, and the city, we call acting city manager. I saw him on our Mr. 𝐾𝐿. Please, Metrobus doesn't need any special miracle. We need buses. If we don't have buses, there's nothing we can do. We as Labour, we sometimes go and attack these people unnecessary, but it's necessary because they are the first line on whom we report to. We don't want to make enemies to them. We want buses. If you provide buses, I was going to talk more of what we want, but this is not the day. This is the day of buses. We are launching buses, and I believe these buses, these new buses, are only 34, if I'm not mistaken. 30? 34. These buses are 34, and I promise you, make no mistake, this is not enough. 34 in City of Johannesburg. We are running the biggest city in South Africa, City of Johannesburg. We want more buses. If you can provide buses and then stand aside, you will see what we'll do. Yeah. You understand? I will end up by saying we are very much grateful. By buying these buses, it shows that when we speak, you listen. We are very much grateful for these buses. We are very much grateful for these buses, but we expect more. At least if next year, next financial year, maybe next year, if you can also try another 34, it won't be enough, but it will be something. I promise you, we will do our best. We will drive the economy, and make no mistake, you have a commuters in Johannesburg that love Metrobus, but because of management who are not capable of doing the right thing, I'm sorry, I must tell you. Thank you very much. And then let me tell you something. I'm not spying on anybody. MMC, don't hold crutches on my management. These managers, they're very good. They are very good. They listen, but they are slow. You understand? So what I'm saying is that they do listen, but they will respond later. And after when they respond, by then we are angry. And when we are angry, as SAMU, we hit the street. And then we don't like to hit the street, because when we hit the street, it affects our pocket. Mara, you make us stand no choice. We will fight until this company is helped by city manager, MMC of transport, just to make company function. When I arrived here in 2010, this company was functioning like nobody. But now Madaba arrived, Mr. 𝐾𝐨𝐿 arrived. Now, hey, I call the guys. No. Thank you very much.
Sorry, excuse my voice. I have a touch of flu. Program director, chairman of the board, MMC for transport, Councillor 𝐾𝐨𝐿, our MD, Dr. Bongani Khadebe, our CFO, Mr. Gidini, Metrobus management, colleagues, and all protocol observed. I started Metrobus in 2000 when Equally 2000 started. And in that time I was introduced to buses that we were driving that time. We were told Johannesburg or City of Johannesburg, we bus the best. And in that time we were driving 𝐿F and Volvo. 2001, the city bought a Volvo Marco Polo, which they bought 200 buses. And at that time, we were carrying economy. I can tell you, MMC, there's no Joburg without Metrobus. Whenever you see an advert, a movie, anything, without Metrobus, there won't be any movie or advert. I can tell you, if you open an advert now, 2 or 3 buses of Metrobus will pass. And then after that, in 2009, 2010, 2013, we bought the 150 Volvo Mercedes buses, which those buses, my colleagues call them 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿, which are Euro 5. And I'm telling you this because at that time, Metrobus is carrying the city of Joburg. We carry economy of Joburg. We drive the economy of Joburg. And with that, we could able to run a city of Joburg. And after that, we had a meeting with the board because we would see that our buses are aging. If I can tell you, the bus company in fact, a bus should at least be changed after 10 years because these buses, they drive every day. But with us now, we take too long to change our buses. Then we have buses that are aging. I can tell you at our depots we have so many buses that are aging. We have more than 500 buses, as the MD was saying, but a quarter of those buses are on the street because most of the buses are aging.
That ICT is an enabler that brings the efficiency and takes transport in the city of Johannesburg to the next level. Thank you.
Standing in for the chairperson of the organization, sir.
Thank you, Mr. MC. I'll start by good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of the community. It is a great pleasure to allow some to have some few words to this momentous occasion. As we gather to launch our brand new fleet of buses, this day marks a significant milestone in our community to improve public transport for the community of City of Johannesburg. These new buses are more than just cars. They represent progress. They are made to enhance daily commute, linking the community to their respective jobs. Student to school and the sick to hospital. And furthermore, we as Labour, we are very much grateful to experience this work. We are very much grateful to experience this at workplace. This is more than just a tool of trade. We will be more grateful if this event of launching of buses can be effective in every 2 years. As Labour, we have observed that due to lack of buses in Metrobus, this puts or force our community suffer shortage of transport to work. I would like those responsible to take this matter serious. To the MMC of Transport and the city manager through our MDs, as workers of Metrobus, we are requesting more buses. This is coming particularly from the employees of Metrobus on behalf of the commuters of City of Johannesburg. Some would like to thank the City of Johannesburg and further extend to the Metrobus Board of Directors, and not forgetting our Managing Directors, Mr. Dr. Bongani Khader and his executives. My speech will end there, but I would like to speak something in my mind. I think today, the day of today, we need to make sure that we create this day and also have a slogan. Our slogan at SAMU is that we need more buses. This thing of needing more buses, I want you guys sitting in front of me, put it in your mind that Metrobus is nothing. There's nothing Metrobus can do without a bus. This is a transport company that transport employees of, not employees, commuters or communities of City of Johannesburg by embarking our buses. But now, if City of Johannesburg and the MMC don't give us or don't support us in terms of buses, there's nothing we can do. Those people there on the ground, more especially commuters, they don't want explanation. They don't want promise. They want buses. Please, MMC of Transport, Mr. 𝐾𝐨𝐿 and the city, we call acting city manager. I saw him on our Mr. 𝐾𝐨𝐿. Please, Metrobus doesn't need any special miracle. We need buses. If we don't have buses, there's nothing we can do. We as Labour, we sometimes go and attack these people unnecessarily, but it's necessary because they are the first line on whom we report to. We don't want to make enemies to them. We want buses. If you provide buses, I was gonna talk more of what we want, but this is not the day. This is the day of buses. We are launching buses, and I believe these buses, these new buses, are only 34, if I'm not mistaken. 30? 34. These buses are 34, and I promise you, make no mistake, this is not enough. 34 in city of Johannesburg. We are running the biggest city in South Africa, city of Johannesburg. We want more buses. If you can provide buses and then stand aside, you will see what we'll do. Yeah. You understand? I will end up by saying we are very much grateful. By buying these buses, it shows that when we speak, you listen. We are very much grateful for these buses. We are very much grateful for these buses, but we expect more. At least if next year, next financial year, maybe next year, if you can also try another 34, it won't be enough, but it will be something. I promise you, we will do our best. We will drive the economy, and make no mistake, you have a commuters in Johannesburg that love Metrobus, but because of management who are not capable of doing the right thing, I'm sorry, I must tell you. Thank you very much. And then let me tell you something. I'm not spying on anybody. MMC, don't hold crutches on my management. These managers, they're very good. They are very good. They listen, but they are slow. You understand? So what I'm saying is that they do listen, but they will respond later. And after when they respond, by then we are angry. And when we are angry, as SAMU, we hit the street. And then we don't like to hit the street, because when we hit the street, it affects our pocket. Mara, you make us stand no choice. We will fight until this company is helped by city manager, MMC of transport, just to make company function. When I arrived here in 2010, this company was functioning like nobody. But now Madaba arrived, Mr. 𝐾𝐨𝐿 arrived. Now, hey, guys, no. Thank you very much.
Sorry, excuse my voice. I have a touch of flu. Program director, chairman of the board, MMC for transport, Councillor 𝐾𝐨𝐿, our MD, Dr. Bongani Khadebe, our CFO, Mr. Gidini, Metrobus management, colleagues, and all protocol observed. I started Metrobus in 2000 when Equally 2000 started. And in that time I was introduced to buses that we were driving that time. We were told Johannesburg or City of Johannesburg, we bus the best. And in that time we were driving 𝐿F and Volvo. 2001, the city bought Volvo Marco Polo, which they bought 200 buses. And at that time, we were carrying economy. I can tell you, MMC, there's no Joburg without Metrobus. Whenever you see an advert, a movie, anything, without Metrobus, there won't be any movie or advert. I can tell you, if you open an advert now, 2 or 3 buses of Metrobus will pass. And then after that, in 2009, 2010, 2013, we bought the 150 Volvo Mercedes buses, which those buses my colleagues call them 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐿, which are Euro 5. And I'm telling you this because at that time, Metrobus it's carrying the city of Joburg. We carry economy of Joburg. We drive the economy of Joburg, and with that we could able to run a city of Joburg. And after that, we had a meeting with the board because we would see that our buses are aging. If I can tell you, the bus company, in fact, a bus should at least be changed after 10 years because these buses, they drive every day. But with us now, we take too long to change our buses. Then we have buses that are aging. I can tell you at our depots we have so many buses that are aging. We have more than 500 buses, as the MD was saying, but quarter of those buses are on the street because most of the buses are aging. We are, city manager, we are requesting you to look at the buses that you bought now and see the pattern that Metrobus used to buy buses. As I was saying, 2001 we bought 200 buses. After that we bought 150 buses. Now it's 34 buses. And these buses, if we don't get buses to help these buses will die because they are overloading. The MD has mentioned that each and every bus loads 3 loads. It loads for 3 buses because of the buses, the 34 buses which are too small. So, Chairperson, MMC, we are saying we know that Metrobus will be pitching a budget for new buses for the upcoming financial year. We are urging you to prioritize Metrobus with the tool of work, because without these buses we are not going to run the economy of Joburg, because without Metrobus there's no economy in Joburg. We appreciate the buses, and I want to say to Metrobus, to the MMC and the city, we want to paint Johannesburg green. And for us to paint 𝐬𝐻𝐵𝐾 green, it's for you, MMC, to add at least 100 of these buses on the upcoming financial year, so that we can match your predecessors who bought enough buses for us to exist. With that, Program Director, I want to say to Mr. Kunene, 𝐿𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿.
Thank you to all those attending. Just a word from the Section 79 Committee. It's the place where we ask all the difficult questions about buses, about the ability of Metrobus to provide the needs of the city. And what we always try to get is the cheapest bus service in Johannesburg, that people can flock and use the buses. I was a Metrobus user when I was teaching, the days I was teaching, and we relied on them. If the early bus didn't come, we were late for school. So it's that, and was mentioned there. People need this. They take their money and they buy their monthly card, whatever, and this is what they rely on. But just to say that we celebrate all progress. in the Section 79 committee. And this is progress. Progress is buying buses. Progress is making this service available to everyone. I want to thank MMC 𝐿𝐿𝐿 because he's been chasing this. He's been doing this. We also approved and brought to council we approved the trial of the electric buses. Now this is progress, and this is what we want to see in the city. We don't want people to moan and say, well, Metrobus, they're not helping us. Metrobus can do nothing without money. It's all about budgets. And this is what I'm here to say, is that Metrobus is doing the best that it can with what it has. And so I beg you guys to support Metrobus in its efforts to get more buses on the road and to be a hope, that's the word I'm looking for, a hope to people out there saying, how can we get reliable services in the city? And Metrobus certainly can be that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Program Director. I think as already indicated, my name is Makanagashai. I'm the Acting Chief Director for Public Transport Services at 𝐽𝐻 Department of Roads and Transport. So I want to start by apologizing for our MEC, 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐫𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿, as well as the HOD for our department, Dr. Thulani Mtatane, who are currently held with other commitments, specifically the Minister and the MEC's meeting taking place. Hence, they could not be here, both of them. So I just want to start by expressing that apology, but also in the spirit of intergovernmental relations and cooperation, just express gratitude to the city of Johannesburg and the its entity, Metrobus, for extending the invitation to us, just as a show that we do work together as the province and the municipalities. And also, I would like to acknowledge my colleague in the department who is here with me today on behalf of the department, Mr. Robert 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿. So thank you, Mr. 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿, for joining this event. I promised the program director that I'm going to be only 2 minutes long in these remarks. I'm not giving a speech per se, because the shoes for the MEC and the HOD are too big for me. So I cannot even dare to speak on their behalf. But just as a bit of protocol, just to acknowledge the MMC for transport in the city of Johannesburg, Councillor 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿, together with the other leadership of the city councillors who are here, you are acknowledged, and as well as the city manager, acting city manager, Mr. 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐿, and the entire leadership, senior managers in the municipality. And I'm also very impressed with the acting city manager, because he happened to be my city manager in the previous life when I was in the city of Tshwane. So I'm glad that we are meeting here again. So thank you very much, Ndate Kekana. Also acknowledging the board of the entity here under the leadership of the chairperson, Mr. Peterson, and the management staff under the leadership of Dr. Hadebe. Thank you very much, you are acknowledged. And also all the stakeholders who are present here, the business partners, the organized labor and the staff that are present. I think the organized labor spoke mouthful on your behalf, and very impressed that they do understand the mandate of the organization, what needs to happen, and in terms of the tools of trade that are required. So for me, short as I promised to be program director, in acknowledging this invitation, is just to remind everyone here today that the country is wrapping up the 20th anniversary of October Transport Month. As we know that October was declared Transport Month in 2005, and today we are wrapping up that. And congratulations to City of Johannesburg for wrapping or closing Transport Month with a bang. So this is a very exceptional event which bodes well with the objectives of Transport Month. Because colleagues will remember that the main purpose why government declared October as Transport Month was mainly to promote public transport as well as non-motorized transport. And also to promote sustainable transport, which we often call it as green transport. And I heard from the earlier speeches that the buses that we are launching here are also conform to green transport, which seeks to promote sustainability in terms of issues of compliance, in terms of climate change, climate issues that we are confronted with. And also, most importantly, one of the objectives for Transport Month is to promote investment by government in terms of provision of infrastructure in transport. And in the provision of public transport services, the buses are part of the infrastructure that we need. So, and I think the City of Johannesburg is doing very well in terms of investing in that regard, and hence this event is very relevant today. And also the promotion of road safety and law enforcement is one of the pillars in celebration of Transport Month. And I think other speakers earlier mentioned why it's so important that we need to have buses which are safe and reliable on the road, so that we transport our commuters safely. And also law enforcement, as we celebrate Transport Month, they must not feel shy to comply the law, especially when it comes to public transport law enforcement. And also lastly, I think the promotion of innovation in public transport, because we know we are living in the age, in the era of technology, where technology plays a role. And looking at the program here today, some of the demonstration which will be done as part of this launch talks to the automated fare collection system, which is very, very critical in terms of innovation, so that we ensure that we safeguard the revenue that we generate through the buses. And also issues of intelligent transport system broadly, and also the issue of alternative fuel in the provision of transport services. I heard the earlier speakers also mentioning the need for City of Johannesburg to invest in buses which are compliant in terms of using electricity to propel the buses, and also the acknowledgement that the city was one of those who made history in terms of introducing the CNG compliant buses. So I think that is very, very, very progressive in terms of rendering public transport services. So in this launch, in a nutshell, I just want to encourage the drivers who will be entrusted with these buses to make sure that they take care of them, because these are the biggest assets of the city. And also taking care of public transport facilities in general in a quest to promote public transport. The acting city manager spoke mouthful about transport playing a critical role in propelling the economy, and therefore it is important that we safeguard the resources that we have in achieving that. In a nutshell, Chairperson, I just want to, Program Director, to appreciate once again that you invited the province to be part of this prestigious occasion. And we really appreciate, and it really shows that we do very well as the province and the municipalities here, and we'll continue to collaborate and support one another in the efforts of making sure that Gauteng is a better place for all who live in it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I am a DJ. I think I must also show my capabilities. I had prepared something for Metrobus before I speak. And I realized that they've also prepared something for me before I speak. And it goes like, Yabo elesama, fatsele khabile, kabuntenyan, joa bana bohle, yare rele, ba reke, Metrobus ke tala le tshwalwa ba kaofela. Thank you very much. Let me recognize the chair of the board, the deputy, the acting city manager, 𝐾𝐿, he's got my initials, and �𝐷𝐾𝐨𝐵𝐿𝐿, the ED of transport, 𝐿uthando, head of governance, who has just left, Advocate Mlandu, together with �Sipho Mhlambi from governance, the Dr. 𝐻𝐴DEBE, the MD, the CFO, and all other executives, board members who are here. Let me also recognize the provincial department that is here. Indeed, the MEC called me to inform me that she's at MDN&x. She cannot make it, but she has sent people, and we appreciate that. But let me greet the most important people, the drivers, the workers of Metrobus, the people that make sure that our residents arrive safe home, safe to work. I think we must give you a big round of applause. Let me also recognize the councillor who is here. We work very well at section 79. I hope that I have acknowledged everyone. Labour that is here, Samu and Imatu, the media that is here, I recognize all of you. Perhaps I should start about the journey. I heard the secretary of Samu saying, hey, but let me give that journey very briefly. When I started here in 2023, February, everybody told me that Metrobus must shut down or must be privatized. I remember the former acting city manager, Maduka, also said to me, MMC, Metrobus must be shut down. But then I had some presentations with the entities under transport department. And Ndate Luyanda here, Gidini was the acting MD at the time. And in the presentation, they highlighted indeed the struggles and the challenges that Metrobus was facing. And as I was listening to them, my business mind kicked in. And I said to myself, when this company was established, it must have operated properly. Which means all these challenges, for it to come from 382 buses to just over 100 buses, it did not do it to itself. People have decapacitated Metrobus. People have run Metrobus down. It's a company. It's a business. There's no difference between 𝐼𝐺𝐻𝐿 and Metrobus. There's no difference between Absa Bank and Metrobus. They are all businesses governed by the Companies Act. The only difference is that the model of Metrobus was not based on profit. It was based on breaking even and being subsidized by the city. And I said to them, now that I understand the challenges, for as long as I'm here at Transport, Metrobus will not shut down, Metrobus will not be privatized. And we went to several mayoral committee meetings, we had engagements. The then MMC of Finance, who is the mayor today, said that Metrobus must be privatized. And when he was the mayor, he insisted that Metrobus must be privatized. I said, no, Mr. Mayor, Metrobus will not be privatized because it will take away what it is meant for, a cheaper fare for the residents. The World Bank said that an ordinary person, an ordinary worker in South Africa spends 52% of their salaries on transport to work. That's not me. So instead of reducing that, we want to even take it up, because privatizing Metrobus would mean that it must make profit, which means that the fare must go up. I do not agree with that. And I sat down with the team and I said, how do we fix this? Number one, they told me that they tried to implement AFC, automated fare collection, for 7 years. The tender would go out, go to the city, and people will fight over horses. Which horse must run with this tender? For 7 years. I came in February, December of 2023, a company was appointed, and they started ordering what is necessary to do AFC. On the 1st of October, AFC was implemented and the necessary products were installed in the buses. On the 1st of October 2024, we went cashless. At the end of October, I said to the CFO, can you give me how much we collected in 2023 October and how much we collected this October after we went cashless? In 2023 we had collected just over 6 million. In 2024, after going cashless, we collected over 9.5 million. So, which means that on average, between 3 and 4 million got lost every month to drivers who were stealing. No, that is the truth. The team presented to me that when they do what they call blitz, on an average month, Metrobus, let's say, will collect, a bus will collect, let's say, 10,000 rands, as an example. When they do blitz is when they bring Metro police, and they, without informing bus drivers, they follow bus drivers, they check the collection. A bus that was collecting 10,000 or 9,000 for the past few days will collect over 30,000, 40,000 rands when they are doing blitz. So the answer to that solution was AFC. But before we installed AFC, because it was taking time to import the equipment, we employed 24 inspectors. And I said to them, your job is based on the increase in collection. You must go and police the bus drivers. Make sure that maximum is collected. If it remains the same, you have no reason to be here. We fire you. And And we saw a little bit of an increase, but AFC solved that problem. So for 7 years, the city was deprived of increasing revenue. The second problem is the buses. There's a problem of criminality. These buses end up being scraps because an invoice will come with a Mercedes-Benz part. And that's what will be paid. But the part that comes does not even come from China. You don't know where it comes from. The oil that will be bought is oil that is being contaminated, mixed with water or whatever hell they mix it with. In fact, there was a case that was reported after it was found out that this is what is happening. So people were destroying the buses themselves because of greed, because of criminality. And I said to the team, how do we solve that problem? Let us go electric. Let us implement the city's climate control plan. Let us decrease carbon emissions. I went to China and I visited a bus manufacturing company, the #1 bus manufacturing company in the world. They even have buses that drive themselves. I went to their plant, they explained the EV buses to us. And I came back, we fought for budget, we allocated 238 million by the city. During the adjustment budget, they took 200 million. So that is the second challenge, where the city is not willing to allocate enough budget to buy buses. So it's not 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐵 is not buying buses. These buses that you see here, we were allocated 60 million to buy buses as finance was presented to us. And they allocated 44 million for maintenance, for refurbishment. I said to the group CFO, how do you allocate 44 million to fix scraps? Those things are scraps. I don't want to fix scraps. I want new buses. Take 20 million from that 44 million, put it in that budget of buying buses, make it 80 million. And that's what happened. Hence, we were able to buy these 34 buses. So, the fourth problem, when a bus driver gets into an accident and the insurance writes the bus off, the insurance pays the city. It pays group finance. Does not give that money to Metrobus to replace that bus. We don't know where the money goes. That is why we end up having a shortage of buses. So Metrobus has not been run by like a business. And it is my view that if you privatize Metrobus, we are going to lose jobs. If you shut down Metrobus, we are going to lose jobs. So I cannot, under my watch, be the creator of job losses. So those are the challenges that we have had at Metrobus when I took over. This is the beginning. Yesterday we were in council, and I'm happy that all the parties did not oppose our report that sought approval by council to run a trial of electric buses. We partnered with the University of Johannesburg in 2024. Because the University of Johannesburg advises 27 universities and 26 TVET colleges on electric buses. They are running electric buses themselves.
They have done a feasibility study in Johannesburg. They advise private companies. So we partnered with them to advise us on what type of EV buses we must procure. And they have held our hand, we've worked with them, and they've indeed advised us. So this trial is not a feasibility study. We want companies at no cost to Metrobus or to the city of Johannesburg to bring buses and drive them on our routes so that we can collect proper data, so that we can see how much it's going to cost us to charge buses. Can these buses be able to run on our routes? Now we want to put them in the real world. And I've said to the team, whilst we are doing that, we must prepare a tender to go out to buy electric buses. Whether the city has allocated budget or not, they will pay them when they are here. It's a necessary exercise. Metrobus collects every day, but Metrobus is not paid every week. Metrobus is not allocated money every week. Yet every day money goes into the coffers of the city. So when God decides that He wants to make me the mayor of Johannesburg through the votes of the people of Johannesburg, I am going to tell finance to create a special account for Metrobus where the collection will go straight into that account and not into the city, so that Metrobus, with its collections, it can then be able to deal with its obligations first before it can assist the city with revenue collection. Because what is happening now, the money comes in, the city takes the money collected by Metrobus and fixes things that we don't know. Metrobus is suffering. So this company is not ill. This company is not sick. This company has just been given corona so that people can be vaccinated. This company is run by men and women who are capable. We have heard that our drivers drive 1.5 million kilometers per quarter. That's not per year. Per quarter. Which means in a year is 6 million kilometers. 1.5 million kilometers without fatalities. It means these drivers are driving around the world. Because 1.5 kilometers can take you around the world. They are driving around the world without any fatality. Let us give them a big round of applause again. So, we need to appreciate the work that is being done here. These buses are beautiful. And I must confess, City Manager, I was not part of choosing the main color to be green. I was not part of that. So tomorrow I must not hear that 𝐾𝐿 has taken the colors of his party, Patriotic Alliance, and he has put it on Metrobus. I was not part of the choice of the color. But they are beautiful. So let us look after them. But where to from here? I've got 12 months before elections. I'm standing to be mayor of Johannesburg, so I'll still be here. Whether I'm mayor or not, I'll still be here. We have to procure electric buses. I agree with what Labour is saying, that we need to buy 100 buses. That's what I want to do. I want to buy 200 buses. Electric buses. We are going to save money on diesel. We are going to save money on mechanical breakdowns. We are going to save money on theft. on parts. An electric vehicle does not get serviced every 10,000 kilometers. Some of them are serviced after a year. So it's going to also be a cost-saving mechanism in the long term. Yes, they might be more expensive than the diesel buses, but you save a lot of money in the long term, and we have a healthy business, but you are also responding positively to environmental challenges. That's what I want to achieve. Before I leave here, electric buses must be running on the streets of Johannesburg, empty. That is the mandate. I know that you are a doctor, you got a PhD last year. Let's give him a round of applause. I also have a PhD. My PhD stands for passed high school with difficulty. CM, it is a PhD. Yeah, so I think that we are on the right track here at Metrobus. Don't worry about what's happening in the city. I am back, and you've got my support. I know that we have leased buses without a budget. That was excellent. That's how we must move. They will pay. They like it or not, they will pay. Because I'm the one who gets insulted when there are no buses in Soweto, when there are no buses in Eldoret Park. I am the one that gets insulted. So we have to make sure that we have buses and we look after them for longevity. I want to thank you very much, but I'm tired, MD, of seeing buses with the skirts. Our buses look like so we want buses that are fresh, buses that are mnandi, buses that show that 𝐾𝐿 is running this particular department. At the moment, so, but we need to look at other revenue mechanisms, CFO. These buses are beautiful, and I think if we start to go out and seek companies to come and advertise on these buses, we are going to make extra money. I have seen buses in China and London that have got screen advertisement at the bottom, maximizing revenue. So let us go out as soon as possible to get companies to advertise on these buses. But you must also make sure that you engage finance, that the money that goes into the account must go to a specific account for Metrobus. This is the initiative of Metrobus to try and meet its obligations. Don't allow the advertising revenue to go to the city. Start engaging now, CFO, that you want to open, or the Treasury must open an account for you, specifically for advertising. This advertising must not go to JPC. It is Metrobus Revenue Enhancement Program that you are doing. That is the future. That's what I want to see as soon as possible. That advert must go out. We must make sure that those who want Metrobus to be privatized can see through our efforts that their dreams will never be realized. They will wake up and they will never leave those dreams. Because the dream of the MMC is to see a working Metrobus, a functional Metrobus, a successful Metrobus. Let me thank you very much. The chair has spoken about the eye on the bus. He has spoken about Wi-Fi on the buses. These are the things that I achieved when I came here. Because I have no time for horses. I have time for service delivery. I don't care about horses. As long as you bring companies that have capacity to deliver, that is my interest. So I'm happy and I'm proud of myself and the team for what we have achieved. Give me a round of applause, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Program Director. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I think I want to greet everyone in the room. This is empty, I don't know where it is. This is a beautiful location, I like it. I'm so impressed. I think Metrobus has got all the ducks in the row. Now, city manager, bring the money. I think with the dress code, I've explained with the MT. So I'm not going to explain myself, Director. But I think mine is very easy, just before lunch. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I think MMC, I greet you and the executive mayor in absentia and all protocol observed. I remember MMC, what you said, me and MT, we wrote a long report trying to say why Metrobus is needed. And then we come and say, hey, we must bring the MMC. And then the MMC looked at the report and said, and then put it aside. And then he said, let me tell you something. Metrobus is not going anywhere. So, Metrobus is very important. That's why I like even the theme of today. It says, we don't drive buses, we drive the economy. I think, yeah, we can clap for that. It's very important. I think even the CM in our last meeting, I mentioned this. We are struggling, me, the CFO and the MD, to try and explain that this is not just about buses. This is about moving the economy. Once there is free movement, the economy moves. And I think Labour here explained that Metrobus has been done for the longest time. And I think the ducks, like I'm saying, are in a row now to make sure that Metrobus gets back there. And it has been very clear that what we need is the buses, nothing else. And I think MMC, by profession, I'm an engineer. I've designed roads and I've designed water pipes to move water. That's the easiest thing to do. But to move people and operate transport is the most difficult thing to do. Very complex, and most people don't understand that. And they don't appreciate that. The work that is on top of our shoulders, me and this gentleman here, it's very, very complex and difficult. Like I said, sometimes I say to people, I think I must just go back into designing roads and water. This thing, it's just too much. But I like it because it's a good challenge. But I'm here to thank everyone, Program Director. I'll thank you, MMC. Thank you so much for your visionary leadership. It makes our lives a bit lighter. And I must confess, in my phone, I've got you as 𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿. It makes a little bit easier to approach you, and it's not difficult to approach you. It's very easy to call you and say, this is the issue, how do we do, how do we move forward? So thank you so much for being available. I think other people that are very important, the staff of Metrobus, I'm very impressed about the stats of no accidents. I did not know about it, but it's a very important stats. That we are not, we are driving people, we are moving people, we are not killing people, but we are moving people. That's very important. I think staff of Metrobus, you have to clap for MMC. He's been standing for you in this company. And it's a very important message. MT, I believe you when you say that you are going to live, both you're not going anywhere, but you're going to make this company better. Because you focus. And I think when I combine you and this gentleman here, it's people that when we have to go fight, I can take you and say, let's go. I know you know, when I look back, when we're fighting, you'll be here. You know, when you work with other people, you can think you're fighting, And when you realize you're alone. So I'm not going to take a lot of time, colleagues. Thank you so much for gracing us. Thank you for the colleagues from the province. I think we're going to make this transport in the city of Johannesburg better. It's tough, but we're going to make it better. I think someone said that, city manager, we cannot compare with any other cities here in South Africa. When we benchmark ourselves, we must benchmark ourselves with biggest cities in the world. And the biggest cities in the world, they have Metrobus. Actually, they even have trains, metro trains. So MMC, looking forward, actually that is our mandate anyway. Let alone now that they are just still keeping it there at national. So that's where we should be going, because this city is the biggest city in Africa and the economy, and it should compare with the Londons and Paris of this world. And we should have very efficient and proper transport. Thank you so much.
Mondays, we're fresh.
So we're furthering our safety focus, but it's safe to say, MMC, that none of our bus drivers so far have failed the test. It's good to know. Inside the bus, we will demonstrate to the MMC the cashless system. We'll also show you the ambience, the lighting in there. Those are important things because, as you would know, when it gets dark, there has to be lighting in the system, in the bus, and that's why you have that. I would also, MMC, want to also demonstrate a very important innovation that we've introduced, a bus simulator. In the training, before somebody hops into a bus, they've gone through a simulator. It works well with big Boeings. That's how they train. We've implemented that system. We want to show you after we show you this bus. They're just outside of the big hall. We wanted to take you to a tour as well, but it would seem like we can't because of time. I would then ask the colleagues to come. MMC can now officially unveil, and the demonstrators inside will then tell you what we have inside the bus. As the city manager and the MMC, as well as the chairperson of the board, the ED of transport, are unveiling officially our buses. Beautiful buses, cost us a lot of money. They are safe, they are reliable, and we are doing the things. Thank you very much. Yes. And please walk in, MMC as well as yeah.
What's the cut? What's the cut?
Yeah. Okay, let's use this one. Outside Yes. This is the tag. Can I have someone to come demonstrate the alcohol law? Can I have someone to come in? Like the tag.
But I left the cut.
Okay.
I'm not in that bus.
Oh, who's got the cut?
Okay.
Who's got the cut?
We asked for her. Can I have someone with a card for the alcohol?
Quickly go and get it.
For the alcohol? Okay. Yes. Where are the demonstrators? You can't demonstrate outside of the bus. You cannot demonstrate to the MMC and the city manager outside the bus. You must be inside the bus to demonstrate.